everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading for the month of December, and I'm going to be reading for the lovely Librans. And as promised, Libra, I am going to create a tarot card by using encaustic art, little VT that I put on about a month ago. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get a main colour on this card to start with and see what kind of spirit messages we can create for you. And I'm going to go with green actually as your base coat. So I'm just going to put some green on here and we will apply it to the card as a base to work with. Okay, I feel healing for you guys, that's why I've gone for the green. Okay, so that's enough on there to start with, my lovelies. I'm just going to wipe this iron clean, okay, and then we can start to build up with other colours for you. So just clean this off to start with. Okay, and then we'll start to apply further colour. I feel like I want to put some red in. Okay, we'll have some yellow. We'll have blue. I love this magenta. I'll put this on more as everybody's because I absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to put some white in as well at the bottom. And we'll go with that then, Libs, and see what we start building up for you. So yeah, my lovely Librans, what have we got coming in with a spirit message for the month of December? Going to add a little bit more yellow on there. I just feel like I want to bring the sunshine into your life, Libs. So I'm just going to add a little bit more yellow in this card. Just to pop it out a little bit more. And that's brilliant. That'll do for me, Libs. So I'm going to leave this to dry, okay? And then I'm going to be using that card at the end of the reading as a little add-on and to see what further messages we got out there for you. Hi my lovelies and welcome back. The cards have now dried, okay, so I am going to be reading, as I said, for my lovely Libras for the month of December last month of 2019. If you're new to my channel with my monthly reads, I always premeditate on the cards because that then allows me to do my little bit of added poetry at the end, and then we'll be reading this card as well, what messages we can get from there, and I'll also be pulling a charm at the very end of the reading, guys. So without further ado then, my lovelies, regards the decks I use, I will put the names in the description box below because I use quite a variety of different decks for my monthly reads. So the card that came out for you, my lovely Libras, was Replenish, okay, the energy of Replenish, and that came out with the listening card and also the Ghostlands card, okay. Now to me, what it means for you, Libra, going into December, this card is quite a busy card. As we can see, it's more or less, to me, reflecting of all what's been going on over the last 11 months. You know, you've had your ups and your downs, you've had, you know, your trials and tribulations. And for most of my collective Librans, because what I tend to do on my reads, guys, if you are new to my channel, I'll do a collective message and then I'll go back and do it on a romantic side. So I'm going to stick with the collective to start with. So this Replenish card is saying that December is the time for resting. It's time for just listening, with the listening card here, okay, and the Ghostlands card. It's a time for reflecting as well. With the Ghostlands card, it's this just showing here that time has been frozen. Okay, time has been frozen, and to me, it's symbolising the last 11 months, as I said, of the hard journey that I feel some of my Librans have had in the last 11 months. But going into December, it's about listening to the lessons you've learned as well, because as I said, with the Replenish, I do feel I'm just picking up the vibration of Librans just looking back over the last 11 months and reflecting, putting just freezing time really and just freezing the things that you've endured over the last 11 months, so that you can take on the lessons on board, okay, that you can go into 2020 feeling more energized, feeling prepared and feeling ready as well, Libra, because as I said, it's been a tough year for most of my Librans. Okay, so it's just the energy of going in saying, now it's time to listen to your own body, what your body is saying. If you need to rest, you know, take the time to rest. And it's just, like I say, reflecting on everything that's been going on, my lovelies, in the last sort of 11 months. So we've got the Warrior card coming out with letting go. So this is, as I said, it's all about a lesson for yourself in December, Libra, on the collective. The Warrior here is symbolising your battle scars. This is symbolising it hasn't been an easy year for Librans. Okay, so it's saying here, if you can see on this card, with the Warrior card, it's casting a shadow over this person's face. Okay, it's like you're moving from the darkness and you're actually now seeing the light. Okay, the thaw is setting in, my lovelies, you know, because you have felt frozen, you have felt like you haven't had the energy to go and do things what you normally would. You have literally felt your life has been on hold, okay, over the last couple of months. But it's saying now, you know, with the listening card here, okay, with the listening card, it's just reflecting, and I just want to keep saying, listening to your own gut feeling, okay, going, because it's saying you've learnt from the lessons that you've experienced over this year, and yeah, it's been a tough battle, Leaves. I'm not saying it hasn't been easy, because you have had battle scars in 2019. You have come to the end of the year feeling absolutely exhausted. Okay, now that could be through health reasons, that could be through you know, battles with relationships that you've had to endure over the last 11 months. But it's saying now you can breathe. Okay, all these events that have gone through the last year, okay, it's just saying you can, because there's a ship in here. Okay, there's an actual ship on this card, and it's saying you can let that all those past hurts, all those past worries, just let them sail, let them off, and let them sail into the distance. Because no, my lovelies, going into 2020, it's going to be a total different year for you, especially with the letting go card here. Okay, because again, it's the picture's just showing here that it's transformation. And with you're going from this frozen state, this is where I've said a lot of things have been put on hold for you, and you have felt like you've been stuck in the deep freeze over the last few months, Leaves. And some of you have wanted that as well, in a funny roundabout way, where you've literally, as I said, you've shut the door. I don't want to be disturbed. Leave me alone. I'm happy on my own, you know, and that's the vibe I've had for some Librans over the last couple of months. But no, my lovelies, you're going into a transition, especially with the butterflies here, letting go. And it's saying, I do feel that some of you have realised that you've missed out on a lot of things this year, my lovelies, because of your depression or your anxiety, where you've stopped yourself doing things. You know, it's been easier to just close the door and just freeze yourself out, you know, from the outside world. But it's saying this pattern, because I do feel it's been a repeated pattern as well over the last few months, you know, that's kept you in this freezer type state. Okay, this is going to be this, you're letting go of this, you're letting go of all these old patterns, and you've been listening, really, you've just been listening to your inner self. Okay, thinking, I can't go into 2020, you know, with repeating these same patterns. I need to get the thaw. I need to get out. I need to defrost my freezer. Okay, I need to defrost my freezer in December to allow nicer, positive energies come in for 2020. So then we had the 9 of Earth. Okay, with the 10 of Fire. Now the 9 and 10 obviously symbolises, you know, the full cycle here. we're coming to the end of 2019, and it is going to be starting a brand new year in January. So this is the 9 of Earth, and it's just again, it's just showing here. If you can see with the 9 of Earth, she's wearing a mask over her face. Okay, so she's been hiding herself. As I said, it's reflecting on the year for my collectives for Libra. You have been hiding. You've been hiding in the shadows. You've been hiding behind closed doors, because it's the way you've only been able to manage to get through the year, guys. It's not going to resonate with everybody, because I'm not saying that all Libras have felt like this, but the ones that I am picking up with, you have hidden yourself. You have stopped yourself doing things. You've stopped yourself going out and enjoying yourself because you just didn't feel like it. Everything's felt like a battle. You felt like you've been going, you know, struggling up a uphill battle. But no, in December, with the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Earth, which obviously symbolises like the 9 of Pentacles, to me here, this is about a completion. Okay, you have mastered yourself, but if you can see, she's holding a flower here. It's like growth in her hands. Okay, so you have, in the last 9 months, because I want to treat these pentacles as like the months. Okay, so in the last 9 months, you have hidden yourself. You have hidden yourself, but it's saying you've learnt a lot as well. Okay, your spiritual own being has grown within. You've been listening, as I said. There's lessons that you've learnt this year, my lovelies. But to know that it's a completion. Okay, I need enough hand. I'm going enough hands here to hold the cards. The 10 of Fire here. This is like you, because bits of paper being set on fire. This is like all the lessons that you've learnt over the last 12 months, Leaves, and you're just setting fire to old habits, old relationships, old work patterns, old ties that no longer serve you. And it's like to say, you know, you're just letting all those go now. It's like that they've got to just, you know, you're just setting fire to them to do a brand new clean slate as we go into 2020. So let's just have a look what else came out then. We've got the Poised card with the Here and Now. Okay, so this is just saying here, the Poised card to me is just like liberation. It's like it's like a sense of realisation, really. It's a sense of realisation that you can go into December, Leaves, thinking, at last, you know, I feel now, there's a lot of lessons I've learned. There's a lot of things I've been, you know, I've gone through, but I am ready to face the new year. Okay, and with the Here and Now, it's just saying you need to, and with the door, can you see the door here? Okay, it's because you've had, like I said before, people in my Librans, some of my Librans have had shut themselves out, you know, closed doors on themselves. You've got the past sign here, and you've got the future here, and obviously it's saying the Here and Now. Librans can dwell in the past, and I know that, you know, there is certain Librans out there who have gone in this repeated cycle of repeatedly going over things that may have ended, or you try to get an understanding of why things have happened, but instead of just accepting it and thinking, okay, I lost my job, okay, yeah, it was a stressful time, and then sitting there thinking, well, why did that happen? Why did I lose a job? Or in a relationship, okay, well, why didn't that relationship work? You know, what was wrong with me? Don't dwell, okay? Just don't worry about what's gone on in the past, because the past is the past. We can't change it, okay? No use torturing yourself over things that we can't change. On the other side of the coin, it's not worth preempting either, worrying about the future, thinking, well, am I going to get into a relationship, you know, well, and it's all this preempting and this worrying. Again, it's just taking your energy, guys, and we all do it, you know what I mean? I'm saying we all do it. We can all worry about things. You know, we could have a hospital appointment in 2 months' time, and we're sitting there thinking, oh God, I hope that's going to go all right. What's going to happen here? And it's saying, you know, you're stressing yourself out before you've even crossed the bridge. So that's why the message of Here and Now. All you need to be focusing on, Libra, okay, is the here and now, in the moment of what you're dealing with now, okay? If you're drinking a cup of tea, I'm drinking a cup of tea. Don't think about work if you've got to go to work in the next 2 hours. Just enjoy that cup of tea. Forget about work in 2 hours. Worry about work when you walk in that door and think, oh, I'm at work now. I've got to focus on work. That's the here and now. That's what you deal with in the here and now, okay? So that's the collective message I've got for my lovely Librans, okay? So I'm just going to quickly recap over if we was looking on this on a romantic level. So I'm just going to scoot back to the start. So with replenish on the romantic side here, I do feel that I'm picking up with some Libras who have recently finished in a relationship, and it has taken a lot out of you. Going into December, it's like you've got to recover, Libs, for the romantic side. There's recovering needed from the stresses and everything that you've gone through in this relationship, and basically you've got to set sail to that relationship. Just let it go, okay? Because you need to concentrate on focusing on you now. So none of this dwelling in the past. Why did that relationship end? You know, blah blah blah. No worrying about what they may be thinking if it's you who's cut the ties, okay? You've got to think about the here and now with a here and now card here, okay? You've got to think about the here and now and just recover, and know that as you go into December, it's about listening, guys. Listening again to your own intuition of saying, yeah, I've been through the mill here a little bit, because you could have been the victim or you could have been the actual instigator. But on either side of the coin, it doesn't matter. When there's a relationship split, it affects each party in different ways. But the Librans that I'm picking up with, if you were the victim, basically if you were the one who was dumped by whoever, then it's saying, you know, don't take it to heart, don't take it, you know, it is upsetting, I understand that, but it's saying you've got to take it on board with a replenish. Just accept and move on, okay? And just listen to your own inner voice, really, because sometimes we can shut our inner voice out, can't we? Because our inner voice will start chipping away at us, trying to make us drag things, you know, over and over. But it's saying, you know, you've just got to listen to those thoughts saying, when your inner voice comes up and says, you know, pull yourself together, you know, it's gone now, accept it, and to accept there's better things waiting for you. Don't dismiss your inner voice. That's what I want to say, okay? So with the ghost lands for you, my lovelies, this is the feelings I'm picking up with some of my Librans, where you have felt frozen, you know, losing a relationship with somebody. It is raw, okay, and it does affect us, but it's saying here, you can't just, you know, the world can't just stop because a relationship's finished. No matter how it hurts you, okay, no matter how it makes you feel, you have to learn acceptance, and things are never frozen in time, okay? Doesn't matter what we do in this life, nothing is ever frozen in time. We have to keep moving forward. So it's a message for you on the romantic side to say, you know, it is what it is. It's ghostlands. It's in the past, okay? And yeah, with the warrior card here, you have been scarred, okay? You have got hurts and scars on you from the romantic side of things. But again, with the light shining across the person's face, it's like that person to me is in just sort of a glazed over, expressive, it's like blinded, really. Like it's the light's being shone on the person's face, but yet they feel like they're still in the dark, okay? And that's how you're feeling. You feel like you're in the dark, but just know there is light there. Even though you can't see it at the moment, it's just saying, yeah, you've been moved forward because there's better things waiting for you, okay, Libra? So then we have the letting go, which is just confirming that this is what you need to be doing. Yeah, those on the romantic side who have gone through this, it is saying you need to let go of that. You can't dwell in the past, okay? You can't worry about the future. You have just got to do the here and now. This is the whole message on the romantic side. It's about dealing with you and recouping and recovering from what you've literally just gone through. So then with the 9 of Earth, okay, again, it's just showing again, I love tarot cards, the way they tell a story, because here with the mask on this person, yeah, you've been hurt, okay, and you can't see at the moment because you're still blinded from the hurt and everything else from the split of the relationship. But can you see again, there's this, she's holding a flower, okay, that's growing in her hands. It's to say that you need, you know, just because this relationship's ended, you've got to realise, guys, you've got to take the mask off, knowing there's something better coming in, something growing in the background, what the universe is saying. You know, it was an experience, okay? People need to understand that when we go into, when we meet people and when we have, you know, relationships with each other, and it could be, somebody could have been married for 20 years, guys, you know, and then all of a sudden that, you know, one of the parties decides to break up and say, no, we've outgrown each other now, this marriage is no longer working, and they've met somebody else or whatever. And yeah, it's devastating for the person who is the victim, okay, but the victim has got to realise they're not a victim really in the grand sense of things, because it's just that we have to realise that person, whoever we were with, for however long we were with them for, they were there for a reason. They were put on our path. It's all mixed into our tapestry of life, that we learned a lesson from that, you know, for how long we were with them for. Everything we endure in this life, okay, because when we're in the 3D dimension as being on Earth, we're sent here as spiritual beings to experience emotional relationships and to grow and learn from that. So take it as a positive, not a negative. And this is why the 10 of Fire is now coming in saying, you know what, I'm learning from this. Whatever happens in my life romantically, I just need to let that go, okay? It's just another element, because fire is an element, that I just burn, let it go, knowing that there's always new opportunities waiting, okay? And they won't come into you until you can accept and release. And this goes for anything in your life, guys. So anything, you know, where it's like, for instance, say if somebody was I'm picking up on here now because I feel this might be relevant to a Libra. Somebody has gone to look at a house, okay? They've said, yeah, I really want to live there. I really like that house. I'm going to get a viewing, okay? And then you get a phone call 2 weeks down the line and they say, I'm sorry, you haven't been accepted for the house. And you think, oh my God, I really wanted that house, okay? Now this could be happening for some of you in the month of December. This is why it's just come up to me. And it's saying, whatever you do, don't get disheartened. Do this, let it go, okay? Because there's a better property out there for you. And then you'll realise when it happens, okay? It could be 2 months down the line before you come to this property that you see and you think, my God, that's the universe telling me, you know, that property wasn't for me because, wow, look, we've landed with this one. Okay, so that's what I want to say. This is a whole lesson of this message, my lovelies, on this read today. Whether on the collective or the romantic, just learn to, you know, let old habits go, accept what's gone on in your life, and the positive thing to go into 2020, guys, your New Year's resolution, write it big in letters. I'm going to start to live in 2020 in the here and now and accept whatever happens on my life's path, to choose it as a positive and never a negative. No matter how I feel, or no matter if it makes me cry buckets, okay? Because better things are waiting for me. So I'm just going to read the affirmation card that came out for you, Libs, and it's got just ask, okay? There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance, okay? So, again, it couldn't be no more. As I said, don't keep dwelling, don't keep looking over things in the past. You know, if you feel down because of relationships that have ended or things aren't going your way, then just say to the divine, okay, I'm accepting what's happening here, but can you just show me a sign that there is some positivity, you know, waiting for me out there? And unless we ask and manifest, okay, then we won't, you know, they can't step in, basically. There is fate, and I do believe in fate, and we do get put on the right path, you know, and as I said, we get blocked for different things because it's just guiding us all the time, my lovelies. But sometimes just asking as well, you know, to your guides and your angels, because we all come on this earth with a guide attached to us all the time, okay? So unless you say, you know, wow, this is what I'm feeling like, I could do with a bit of universal help here, or some guidance or a sign or something. And if we ask, I honestly think 10 times out of 10 we do get the signs, and it's only ourselves ignoring them, okay, or not noticing them. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to read off the encaustic card, the art card that I did, and this is the first time I've had a chance to look at the card since it's dried out, my lovelies. So this is going to be like the tea leaf readings here, and I'm just going to look into the artwork itself and then pull out elements, and straight away, my lovelies. Now I don't know whether this is it could be two. I'm going to go on the two methods on this, meanings even. I've got a dog here, right? I've got a dog here, and I don't know whether you can see. If I bring it closer, I tend to lose a light. The little face here, his nose, his eye, his ear. He looks like a retriever type dog, okay? Just poking his head out of here. So I do feel it's either on a spirit link, okay, that there's a dog, a golden retriever, that's just wanting to say hello to some Librans, to say that, you know, I am here in spirit around you. But it could also be a sign of somebody having a puppy, a golden retriever. I feel, to me, it looks like a Labrador or a golden retriever puppy in December. So that just jumped out at me straight away, guys. So let's have a look what else we've got here for my lovely Librans, for messages out of this art card. So, okay, right then, this is quite, this is a medical issue here. If we look at this spot here, and I'll bring it in, here, this is depicting, I can never say that word, you know, well, I'll just say it's showing to me somebody's spine, okay, and it's either somebody's got to have an operation on a slip disc, because it's as prominent as anything here. There's disc elements here, just showing back pain. So some of my Librans going into December may either slip a disc or having issues with lower back areas that you're going to be suffering with over the Christmas period. Oh guys, that's a bit naff when you've got pain, isn't it? So, but I'm just seeing it could be somebody who literally, you know, could be working and just misses a wrong step on a ladder and just twists, and they find out that they've slipped a disc. And obviously having rest, hopefully that will go back in, but I have to just bring that in there because it's as plain as day to me. That's to do with some back problem there with a disc. Okay, so we've got that there. Let's have a look what else we've got. Okay, so just bear with me while I just scrutinise the card a little bit. So this is interesting. Right, it's showing me two people here, and it's like they're shining a torch. It's like it's not going to resonate with everybody over this, but it could just be for one person. I just feel like it's a trip, a surprise. It's like basically somebody's going to say to them, I've bought you this gift or experience for Christmas, and I just see somebody and I want to say ghost tour. That sounds really odd, okay? And I'm hoping this is going to resonate with somebody. But I can just see it's like following a group of people going into a dark, old building, I'd want to say. Literally shining a torch, or the guide is shining a torch, and like getting some people to follow in. But it's a very old building. But it's going to be held quite late at night, a bit of a spooky experience. So whether this is a gift that somebody will receive off somebody over the Christmas period for you to experience this, or it's when you're on holiday in the Christmas period, it's something that's organised by the people who you've booked with to say, right then guys, we're going on a spooky ghost tour of the area where you're staying in. Because I can just see somebody with a torch saying, and like people following. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to somebody, but I had to pick that up there. So what else have we got here? Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, down here I've got a trophy. Okay, so somebody is going to be competing, and I feel like it's either athletics, it's something to do with obviously sport, okay, but they've actually won, they're actually being handed first prize, a gold, like a trophy, to say that they've achieved something to do in a sporting sense, and that's going to be presented to you in December. So some Librans who've been competing, whether in a team format, but I can just see a ceremony where you're being handed over a trophy to say you won that section, or you won that that team challenge, or whatever it is. So that's quite nice. Somebody's been handed an award there, a trophy. So I hope some of you can take that on board. So let's have a look what else we've got going on here. So let's see if I see anything else in this card. Okay. Okay, right, I've got a person here, and again it's not going to affect everybody, but at Christmas, okay, obviously it's a time for people and families to get together and celebrate, and get invited round for Christmas dinner with somebody. But I've got a person here who are feeling quite isolated. I feel there's been something happened recently in a family collective where one person has felt they've been given the cold shoulder, okay? I just feel it's somebody who's been given the cold shoulder, and for the first time ever this Christmas, they're basically going to be told, you're not welcome. You're not welcome for lunch this year. And it's just, I've just got this sense of like, hurt, okay? I've got this sense of hurt that you'd never think that your family would have turned your back on you, because I just want to feel that I've got a Libra here who feels their family has turned their back on them for the first time ever. Now, I can't really work out why that is, but all I'm picking up emotionally is the hurt that some of my Librans are going to feel zoned out, cold-shouldered, for Christmas for the first time ever. And if that does happen to you, my lovelies, okay, and that is a sad thing really, but either try and find out why that is, okay, try and work out why, I know I'm contradicting myself a little bit here, but I just feel that somebody has got the wrong end of the stick with you. I feel there's another member of the family who's told lies about you, and in other words, portrayed you in the wrong light, and because of that, the family have said, no, well that's it then, they ain't coming around for Christmas, we could do without it. But I think it's you just need to get your point across and say, actually it's a pack of lies. In that case, you are worthy of challenging it, because this is what the element I'm feeling. It's not going to affect everybody, but I just had to pick that up there, that I am feeling some Libra who is feeling the cold shoulder from family, okay? So I'll leave that one with you, my lovelies, if that does resonate a little bit with you. And then, okay, let's have a look what we got here. So you just give it a last turn around. Keep seeing that dog there, bless him. Right, okay. Yeah, I think this is just making, that's weird, that is. I can see here, right? Now this is really strange. Now this is only going to be for a small collective here. But I can see a scene set here. Oh, this is romantically, this is lovely. I can see a bridge, okay? And I can see two people on this bridge. And obviously there's water, the setting, it's like the trees and everything else that are around. And I can just see somebody proposing to somebody on top of a bridge. It's like an old-fashioned bridge I've got here, okay? It's a lovely setting. And I can just see, now whether it's you, the Libra, who's being proposed to, or obviously the Libra proposing to somebody, but I can just see the setting, guys. I can just see whether it's a bridge in the distance or this old, it's like countryside, and there's like, all I can see that I can feel water, and like this old, it's old fashioned though, it's like an old fashioned stone bridge, and I can just see somebody proposing. So that's lovely, okay, that is lovely. So that's what I get out of the actual card that I produced there for you, okay. So now I'm going to read my little bit of added poetry onto this, guys. So the poem that I had for you this month says, as the year draws to an end, it's time to replenish your soul. 2019 has been a tough year, but you have spiritually grown. More of an understanding about living in the here and now. No more dwelling on the past. The universe is here to show, as 2019 comes to an end, so with it dies your fear. 2020 is going to be a more positive, grounded year. For you, my lovely Libras, know for things to materialise, you just have to ask your guides and angels, believe and open your eyes. So yeah, that's a little bit of poetry that I had there for you. Okay, and it is time to replenish your soul, because 2019, Libra, has been one hell of a tough year for you guys. But as I said, going into 2020, it's going to be, you know, you're going to be more grounded, and you're going to have learned, as I said, and accept things for what they truly are. You know, turn a negative into a positive, my lovelies. So that was my little bit of poetry there. And now, just to finish this reading off, I am going to be pulling out one of my lovely little charms. So I'll just give them a little shake for you. And we'll have a little delve in. So yeah, can't believe it though, can you? End of the year. Wow. So let's have a look what we've got here. And we have, oh wow, I always love this little charm. It's an old-fashioned pram, okay, little perambulator, the old-fashioned word. But I always look at this as about you are the baby in the pushchair or the pram being pushed by the universe, okay? The universe is pushing you forward, guys, and this is on collective and romantic, okay? Basically saying, just know that you are going into 2020, okay, with a clean slate. Because it's like a rebirth. That's what I want to say, because having the pram symbol, obviously babies, you know, born again, okay, rebirth. It's basically the universe, my lovelies, as I said, putting you in a pram or a pushchair, either way, and saying, okay, we start again. You're going to be reborn as you go into 2020. None of this time frozen element, because that's what I want to say, you know, with the Ghostlands card, this one here, okay, yeah, come the New Year's Eve, when that clock strikes the last ding on Big Ben or wherever you are in the world, then just know, yeah, that 2019 has been frozen completely in the past. Completely in the past. That is frozen in time. You know, we cannot change anything. It's just there, frozen in time. And just know that you are being pushed along like a little baby, reborn again, going into 2020 with all the lessons that you've learned, my lovelies. So I hope, Libra, you can take something away from these messages today. I want to thank the people who've subscribed to my channel so far, because I've only been going, you know, a few months here. And I hope in 2020 I can grow the family a little bit more, but thank you for all your support. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, okay? And again, positive mindset going into 2020. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Libra, and I'll look forward to reading to you again in 2020. Take care then. Bye.